What up, what up, what up? We'll figure out an intro that works for me. Hey guys, I'm back with me, Sarah, again. I realized I never shared kind of where I am right now in treatment, or what kind of treatment I'm doing. So right now I'm in a partial program, and it's a FBT-based program. So for those of y'all who don't know, FBT stands for family-based treatment or family-based therapy, one of those two. Anyway, it's where your parents, my mom, decides what you're eating and prepares it for you, and it's really freaking hard. So I kind of just wanted to talk about that because it's kind of like a preach to myself, and the whole idea of trust. So trust is really, really hard for people in recovery, me included, and again, preach to myself here. You're going through treatment, and you're like, yep, okay, treatment, we're doing this, recovery, and then you get placed with a plate of food in front of you, or you go to the nutritionist and you get a new meal plan, or insert other scenario in recovery, and you're like, okay, recovery, we're gonna do this, and then you get that meal plan, or you get placed with that food, and you're like, are you sure this is right? Are you sure? And like the questions start going through your mind, meal with your family, and your mom prepared the food, even if you're getting it, or something. You question, like, what did you put in this? Did you put anything extra in this? Did you do XYZ to it? And you just lose that trust with your parents, and you're like, no, okay, I can do this, and you try to focus in, and you're like, you might try to take control, and you might be like, you know what, I'm gonna do this, and you might say, like, because I want to do this, or insert other reason. But for me, I can say from my personal experience, whenever I would take control of the kitchen or take control of food, it was a form of kind of control for me, because I didn't trust my mom. And I was very afraid that, she was, I was talking to my nutritionist or dietitian or whoever, and I would be afraid that if I wasn't the one making my food, then she would put something extra in it that I didn't know, and then I wouldn't be aware and gaining weight. And for me, it's kind of like, oh, well, how many calories are in this, that type of thing, and or she would plate it for me, and I would be like, how many, calories are in here, and it just gets really hard with trust. And then, you go into treatment, insert level of treatment, where they're making food for you, or your parents are making food for you, and you begin to lose trust, and you might get an increase from your dietitian, and they may be like, okay, you're losing weight, so you need to increase, and you might be like, I don't believe you, or it's perfectly fine where I am, I don't need to gain weight, and it's just kind of, why do we mistrust people, and it's kind of like, take a step back. Why would your parents, or a doctor, or your dietitian, or whoever is helping you in your recovery, why would they lie to you? And it's like, what benefit would that have on them if they were to not do you right? And now I'm gonna get into this a little bit later with not telling you in FBT and stuff, but if you are told you need to be increased or whatever, or you're being told that you need this right now, and you're like, I don't trust you, I don't need this much, just take a step back and be like, why is that? Why do I mistrust people so much? And that's the question I ask myself, and it's like, what benefit does it have to my mom if she were to give me more? It's not like, it's like, take a big step back, and it's like, what are they doing? They're just adjusting the amount of food you are eating. And for people with eating disorders, or I can speak for myself at least, no, but people with eating disorders, in me in particular, I don't want to speak for anyone else, but we think that, you know, we're gonna gain all this weight, you know, we're gonna get fat, and, you know, we think that people are kind of like against us, and like, oh, this is what I was trying to say. The enemy. Insert negative adjective: scary, fearful. I don't want to do it. You know, and, you know, we get these fear foods, and that's another topic for another time. But, you know, think about it. Like, we view food as dangerous and scary, and then it's kind of like, take a step back. Why? Like, why do we have a fight or flight response when it comes to food? Like, why do we think so hard and we want to be like, avoid, run away, throw it away, you know, hide. And it's like, restrict, you know, why do we do that? You know, it's like, food isn't dangerous. I mean, like, yes, in our eating disorders it is, but think about it in the grand scheme of things. Like, put yourself in your friend's shoes, and think, them, like, if they were to be, like, increase their food intake, you know, just randomly, you know, or, you know, say they go out to eat and they have, like, you know, something special, you know, insert your fear food, and would you be, like, scared for them? Like, they were like, when you get presented with that fear food, you feel so scared for yourself, and what's gonna happen to me, and then you say, like, someone else eats this fear food. Do you fear for them the same way you fear for yourself? No. You know, for me, it's like, you know, if I have insert fear food, if I have X food, then I will be afraid, you know, and I will genuinely have fear, you know, and that's something I'm still working on, but I have a genuine fear about some things like that, and it's just like, take a step back. Why? You know, like, I am so hypocritical, and it's like, so just see the illogicalness in that, and just, like, see how illogical it is for food to be a fearful thing, and then go back to your trust thing. Like, why don't I trust my dietitian? Why don't I trust my doctor? Why don't I trust my therapist? Why don't I trust my parents, you know? Why don't I trust what everyone's telling me? And you know, you think you're like a special unicorn, you know, like a special creature of being, like, oh yeah, well, I know that eating disorders can cause XYZ, long list. And it's like, oh, that's not gonna happen to me, you know, and it's like, actually it might, you know, it's like on the table for everyone, you know, so like, I just try to think, like, you are so much more than your disorder, and so much more than everything is trying to hide away from you, and it's just, why do we do that, you know, why do we try to hide away from everything? And why are we mistrusting those who want the best for us? Because they do want the best for you, you know, like, why would your mom, dad, siblings, therapists, doctors, like, why would they want to do anything bad to you? It's not even that they're doing anything bad to you, it's just we're afraid of it. So one, why are we afraid of it? But two, why would they do something that would be harmful to you? And so it's like, you know, I'm preaching myself, you know, I do this a lot, and like, this video is as much for you as it is for me, but it's like, why don't we trust those who love us the most, and those who are looking out for us? So it's just like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, when you are questioning something like, oh, is this really, like, is this measurement, is this weight, is this the right amount of food, is this really this many calories, you know, did you put in butter or not, you know, like, put in oil or not, you know, all those different things, you know, when you have all those questions and they start to pop up out of nowhere, and it's just like all these bad automatic thoughts being like, danger, don't eat, they touched it, don't trust, you know, it's just like, take that step back, take a breath, and it's just like, they wouldn't give me anything that wasn't necessary. And just kind of like, you know, with the whole control piece, it's just like, maybe try to think of it this way. You were never in control. with your disorder. In life in general, we are never in control. Outside factors will always have something to do. We are never truly 100% in control of our lives. That's like a whew. Sarah, you really hit me with the Sunday feels, or whatever this video gets uploaded. But it's like, whew, you really hit me in the feels. No, but like really, like we are never in control. Just think about that, you know. So when we're trying to control, that's only going to build it up for when it doesn't go right, you know. So like if we train ourselves so that we always have to be in control to feel okay, then what's going to happen when life hits us out of nowhere and we're not in control anymore? Because we're not. But what's going to happen when we can't control? Well, we already couldn't. You know, we might have had a fake simulation of control, but what's going to happen when we can't? You know, what's going to happen when you go to that party? What's going to happen when they bake you those cookies? What's going to happen in the holiday season, which that's another video that'll come up. But what's going to happen when life hits you, when the car breaks down and you're 5 miles from a gas station and there's no food in the car and it's like 4 o'clock and there's no reception, you know, like, I don't know, that's an extreme case scenario, but like, what's going to happen when life hits you and you can't have that trust in others and yourself to do what you need to do, you know? So like, you really gotta trust those people around you because they want the best for you. They really, really do. Okay? You know, no one is trying to hurt you. No one is trying to hurt me. No one's trying to hurt any of us. The only thing that's trying to hurt you is your eating disorder. Okay? So, when you don't feel that trust for your parents, when you don't believe in what they say, when you don't believe in your doctors, your therapist, insert treatment team, when you don't trust anything that's happening around you, how are you ever going to overcome this? It takes a village, so you can't just trust yourself. So, I think that, you know, that's about it, I think. And I'm going to go because, rant. I just kind of got to get it all out there, but like, when you have the feels, you got to do a room rant, corner rant, whatever you want to call it. So I think that's going to conclude the video today. So as you're going about your day, night, week, month, whatever, maybe like when you face that situation of, nope, this isn't right, this isn't right, this isn't right, this isn't right, take that step back. If it's wrong, what's going to happen logically? And you'll find out that nothing bad will happen. So, stay strong. Have a wonderful whatever you want to call it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Bless you! And I was sneezing.